So if we're here in the mount position, one of the places that we could go to is S mount. Now this is just kind of a variation of where I am right now, the mount position, but it's a very versatile way to play on top like this. Lots of controls, lots of submissions, so it is kind of its own position. So this can happen offensively from my perspective. Like I can go in here and start to isolate his arm, flip myself over, and now in the process of going to arm lock, I've kind of stopped here in the S mount position, okay? So it's, you know, my legs kind of look like an S, and I'm still, you know, above his hips, past the guard, all that good stuff. Just want to make sure that I'm keeping my pressure on him. This is the S mount position, okay? Another way you can get there besides like offensively trying to attack some submissions is if I post my hands as he's trying to bridge and roll me. If he tries to reverse me, I can kind of pop up and just end up here anyway, okay? So one of the things is I want to try to bring one of my heels up to the armpit, and I want to make sure that I'm laying the outside of my leg on my partner's torso, okay? So if I'm going for an arm lock like this, I bring my knee up nice and high here, way up high near the head, and now when I flip my leg over, I flip it over, heel to the armpit, and then I'm leaning on my partner, okay? So if I sit back on my foot, on my heel, I've lost all of my pressure and my control, and I'm not gonna be here for very long. He's gonna get right out of here, all right? Now, the last detail that I'll show you is my toes should be on the mat, so that way I can kind of balance myself on my partner and make sure that I have lots of pressure, okay? So I've got the ball of my foot driving my hip into that top shoulder blade, and I've got a lot of pressure with the outside of my other leg on his body. Now, if he pushes back into me, I don't want to get injured by falling on my leg. So one thing I can do is just take this top leg, this north leg, and I'm just gonna bring it in, tuck it in, where my instep is on the mat, and then I can just come in and I can take his back. Okay, so when I roll over my foot like that, I'm just fine. So I just wanna be aware of that. Want to have the ball of my foot available to drive in there. This is just kind of like an exaggerated way of playing S-mount. And then if I'm going to fall back, if he's either going to push me back or if I'm going to purposely pull him back to try to take his back, then I'm going to tuck that foot in and make sure that I roll over it, no problem. So that's the S-mount.